Alright, so this is more of an experiment than anything. I know my core audience of like 3 people isn't really gonna enjoy this video or like the gameplay. This is mainly about seeing if I can actually manage to keep up a conversation with nobody for like a few hours, how YouTubers always do it and stuff. It's actually really unnatural to keep a conversation that long with somebody you're essentially not even talking to at all. Um, but yeah, I also have never posted any footage of this game, and I play it a lot. I it's like my chill game. You just go and relax, and you don't want to like do anything that's gonna take up too much of your attention. It's actually why I play it with the controller. I don't have much desk space right now currently, and it allows me to just relax and stuff, only having a controller, you don't have to keep the big keyboard in the middle of your setup and all that. It's pretty nice. Um, so yeah, that's basically just what this video is supposed to be about. I am going to start an interloper run. I can't say I'm the best at this game, honestly. Even after hundreds of hours, I've never really played on interloper before. Um, I know I know how and like what to do. I just am not very familiar with the harder regions in the game. I've only really played around here. I'll take you in terms of regions. I I don't know any of the far territory regions. I just recently got the deal. So I'm mainly sticking to base game. I have I say I would be comfortable and know extensively around Mystery Lake, obviously, and Coastal Highway. Those are the easiest regions. I'm pretty familiar with Pleasant Valley. I do know Pleasant Valley is actually the only place I know a guaranteed match spawn on Interloper. So that would be a pretty good spawn for me if I could navigate through there and know where I started. I think everyone knows Mountain Town. It's a pretty simple layout. Forlorn Muskeg I'm familiar with as well, and Broken Railroad. Um, Bleak Inlet, not so much. I know how to get to the lighthouse maybe from actually I don't even know which side it's from, but I do know how to get to the cave. I remember last time I played an interloper run, I got to the cave to exit Bleak Inlet and I could not get a light source for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't remember why. Completely unfamiliar with Desolation Point. Or maybe I've just gotten them mixed up and the lighthouse is actually a Desolation Point and the cave leads to Coastal Highway. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm not really familiar with a lot of the regions. Timberwolf Mountain, I am not familiar with. I've never actually per se survived in Timberwolf Mountain. It's always just been about wandering around until I was able to get out. I'm not familiar with the region. I know it's a good region to stay in. It's very good. Um, Ash Canyon, completely lost. I have no clue where I'd be going. I actually in my stalker run, I plan on heading up to Ash Canyon to grab the backpack that spawns up there. A free extra 5 kilograms or 11 pounds of carrying capacity would be nice in that run. I know Blackrock, being mainly due to the story. I played chapter 4 of the Wintermute story. I just recently went to Hush River Valley in my Stalker playthrough, and even with a map, I was having some trouble navigating. That's a very confusing place, in my opinion. So I might be able to get my bearings in there if we spawn in there, but it's not likely. Um, For the DLC, I have gone through Transfer Pass and Zone of Contamination, but Zone of Contamination is pretty straightforward. I think you can find everything you'd want to just by following the tracks. Transfer Pass isn't really anything. It's just literally a transition zone, in my opinion. It probably is actually classified as one. Um, so yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna start a random interloper run, and we'll see how far I can go. I assume I'll be able to make it at least a couple hours, or even longer, which would be the point of this experiment, you know, just to be able to keep talking and hopefully keep a somewhat decent, I won't say conversation, but monologue going. Um, so yeah, we'll go ahead and spawn in. I do hope I spawn somewhere other than Forlorn Muskeg, because that would lead to a really easy run, being close to Mystery Lake and Coastal Highway and all the other good places. So, of all the spawns, that is the one I am least about, because I do want to get better still. I can't remember if this feat is still bugged. It used to be bugged where you don't actually gain more points or whatever from reading. You just read a little bit faster. I guess that's still pretty nice. I don't have many feats. I'm nowhere near close to the people who actually play this game. So, in terms of skill level or hours. Just based off the fact that I don't know if that one is going to, what's it called? I've never played with the Cougar before, so I'm gonna keep it off for now. I might do another run where I start with it, or where I play with the Cougar enabled. I'm just not very familiar with its Cougar 2.0. So yeah, I'll just name it so that way I know the specific run is I need to be dedicated. I normally just start them and trail off. And we're right in the middle of Forlorn Muskeg, where I didn't want to be. Well, that sucks. I don't actually know where matches are, though, around here. So I'm not gonna worry about walking around. I do want to not freeze to death too much. I don't know where I want to head first. I want to just dive straight into Mystery Lake, but that all depends on if I can find some matches or not. Cattails are... Oh wait, I don't know why I'm getting... I have a habit of dropping the cattail actual heads and only grabbing the stalks because I'm used to being able to make fires without tinder. You get that at fire starting level 3, which you get deep into a run. Well, not deep, but for me it's pretty deep into a run. I usually get that around day like 30 or 40. I don't start many fires, to be honest. So yeah, this is a little disappointing. I was hoping to start Vision. I didn't really know that well. I don't think I'm gonna head to the forge yet, although it's very important to do that. Obviously an interloper, the rifle, revolver, hunting knife, and hatchet do not spawn, so you have to make your own hatchet and hunting knife. Improvised hatchet and knife, they're called, from scrap at the forges. So we'll have to get on that. I know, I don't actually know about the cave in Forlorn Muskeg. I think it leads to Mountain Town, if I'm not mistaken.
Cold.
And normally a lot of people go in there for coal for the forge in this region. I don't actually know where that cave is. It's obviously somewhere over there, but I think I'll just use the cave that leads to Mountain Town from Mystery Lake. That's the one I usually use for coal. I don't think that much actually spawns in there, but it should be enough to get me at least one session with the forge to make a hatchet and knife. If I'm not mistaken. I think I am gonna make my way into Mystery Lake.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
I'm doing that thing again. I have time to search the chart if I want. Always make sure you're grabbing cattails if you have it the time available. They're very obviously is a food source and tinder. You use the cattail heads as tinder, start fires, and you eat the stalks for 150 calories each. Actually, a very good, effective way. Not starve. There's always some coal that spawns outside of this train cart. Mento. Windbreaker, that's pretty good. Layer, that's huge. Start a fire with that. Obviously, it's not matches, but you know, being able to start a fire is better than nothing. You don't start with any matches on Interloper. I don't know if I mentioned. I assume anyone watching this knows, or it's just one of my friends, so I figured I'd explain everything in case I actually do still have somebody on the video right now. This deep in. I can't cut that. A hatchet or a hacksaw. Oh yeah, hacksaw. There is a chance that a hacksaw spawns in Muskeg. I think it's pretty low. I think the spawn rate's only around 25% on Interloper. And it normally spawns along the cabins in the burnt down cabins by the forge, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Don't fact check me on. Or fact check me on that if they care that much. But yeah, we're gonna head in Mystery Lake. I have a habit of not sprinting. I think not losing condition's probably more valuable than worrying about being tired, especially since we're already halfway through the day. If we want to get on the correct cycle, we need to get tired anyways. I don't want to be wandering around at night. It's just in the butt. I wouldn't recommend going out at night. You can avoid it. Especially with the possibility that there could be an aurora. Wolves become a big problem during auroras. They see you across the entire map, practically. If you see an aurora wolf, or a wolf during an aurora rather, it's probably seen you realistically. I don't actually know how likely it is we find matches in Mystery Lake, but I do know every single building spot in here, so the chances, if they have spawned at me, are pretty decent. I'm gonna head to Trappers like usual. I haven't really developed a route from coming in from Muskeg. I don't take the game that seriously. I probably should eventually, especially if I'm gonna be doing interloper runs. But I haven't like memorized all of the wildlife spawns. I know on the other side of this hill, where Max's last stand is what it's called, the dead guy up here. There is usually a wolf and bear spawn. And sometimes there's a... Actually, I don't know if this is accurate anymore, because I didn't see it on the Mystery Lake map last time I used it when I was looking for something. There used to be a deer carcass that would commonly spawn in the little shed across from Trapper's cabin. I don't know if they removed that or what. I remember that used to be really common back when I played years and years and years ago, back on console. I don't know what they've done with that. There's a bunch of a bunch. There's a couple of birch saplings I'm having to pass, which kind of sucks. You always want to grab birch bark or birch bark tea. Very useful. Restores, I think it's 5% condition over 2 hours, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, you can have as many as you want, so that's always useful. It is birch barks. Water with that. See if Max had any. There is a wolf here. I don't particularly care about him. He hasn't even spotted me somehow. I'm heading to Trappers anyways, so He could follow me if you want. I doubt he'll charge. I am a little worried that I will get in Trapper's cabin and not be warming up, which is very bad. Generally, you just want to be warm enough in early to mid game to be able to warm up indoors, which is very easy, but I mean, you have literally nothing on. Actually, there's a shirt I can equip. Oh yeah, I can equip the windbreaker. Um, but yeah, you start with literally almost. Warming up might actually be a problem. You want to be able to warm up without resting in a bed or something. Really ideal. And it's okay to be freezing for a while, as you've just. I mean, it's practically unavoidable at the start of an interloper, but the goal is just to not get hypothermia and try and save condition where you can. Condition's very valuable. Condition's your health, by the way. When I mentioned condition in the bottom left is your health bar, and it's very valuable because a single wolf struggle can wipe you out from anywhere from 10 to even 60% conditions. They're very random. Ooh, heavy hammer. That is huge.
Perfect.
That's a huge find. That's what you use to forge stuff at the forge. Obviously. A hammer suitable for metalworking says right there in the description. But yeah, wolf struggles are very unpredictable. That's why people actually feel safer when getting mauled by bears, as ridiculous as it sounds, and like moose stompings compared to wolf struggles, because as long as you're above 10% condition, you will guaranteed survive the encounter. While, so if you're at like 20% condition and you got mauled by a bear, you would be okay. If you get into a wolf struggle at 20% condition on interloper, you're practically guaranteed dead, unless you have a lot of protection or get really lucky with the injury procs during the struggle. You just get a torn clothes a bunch of times instead of actual injuries. Then, yeah, you'd have to be very lucky though. When you spend so much time in a run, it's just not. I'm not actually used to the interlope pools. I usually just chill on Stalker. I find it easy and relaxing. Whetstone, that's pretty huge. But yeah, I don't really play. Can't really monitor. Actually, I'll just grab the hammer now before I grab it. It'd be pretty embarrassing. I am thinking about basing in Mystery Lake. Mainly because of its close access to the forge in Forlorn Muskeg, where we just came from. I think that's be my main forge. You know, how original. Most everyone uses that one. I mean, it's a great spot. So, lock in. Alright, that was like 245. I always hate doing saves. There's a chance you can do it just for some useless tender or useless cash. Just use as tender. I always like to go very slowly on the whole combat. If you get lucky, it'll be within the next few numbers, but it looks like I'm going to be turning the whole thing. All the way around, wow. Ooh. I almost went right past that one, I would have been mad. Oh, that was huge. Bad quality food. Oh, I don't have a can opener. That's kind of bad. Drinks don't really matter. You can drink a drink at 0% condition and guaranteed never get sick. So sodas, that is. Well, I guess that's really the only ones that have can be lost. But yeah. Not really much. Pepper's cabin. We didn't get much. We did get a. I can't really say that. We got a heavy hammer, which is like insane. That's like godsend. I think I might warm up a bit before heading back out. I don't know how much. Oh, well, we don't really have time. I don't know if I want to go for well-fed at the start or not. I might, just to keep myself from losing too much HP. Well-fed, basically, if you don't know, is a bonus. If you remain above starving
Starting to feel
for
numb.
3 days, you get an extra 11 pounds to your carrying capacity and an extra 5% max condition. I don't really care about the max condition, obviously, but the carry weight's always nice. What's it called? But yeah, just not losing out on that condition, or even the carry weight, I don't really care about right now, because we're not going to be carrying much early game. So it's mainly about not losing too much condition, because, you know, if you're going to be starving, then you're going to be starving on top of freezing a lot of the times in the early game, and that just drains your condition very quickly. But right now, I think I'm gonna head up to the camp office. It's located directly in the middle of Mystery Lake, which is kind of nice. It's actually where I made my stalker base and my other run that I have going on. I think it's around like day 60. So it's a great base location, honestly. There's plenty of storage. There's a lot of room on the floor, like just empty ground space where you
I've never
can
felt so cold
place your
in my life.
pelts and all that, so that way they can dry. You can really separate them effectively, even bear skin pelts and all that. The amount of floor space in there is just great. And it being a central location in Mystery Lake, which already has like the most, connects to the most regions and is the most central region, it's just, you're in the middle of everything. Nothing's really too far away. Little tip with wolves you can see is based on how far they stalk you from, you can most of the time tell if they're just gonna up and charge you. If you see them walking slowly at a decently safe distance, then they probably won't charge you. But if they start prancing or even running to catch up with you and closing in like real close, then that's a bad sign and you should either like get inside immediately or do something to deal with them. Actually, I think he's already just lost interest. Um, I would grab a couple of those rabbits we've seen, but I don't have a way to make a fire yet. If we get lucky, there could be a mag lens in here, which would be awesome. Mag lenses, basically on a clear day, you can start a fire with sunlight. They have about the same effectiveness as wooden matches. They have the exact same fire starting chance, which is nice because you just essentially get to start a fire without using a match. I mean, what more is there to say? It has to be a clear day, though. Which actually aren't that common. You really have to fire wisely. Oh, actually, huge. I didn't expect to find one in here, to be honest. That is great. Yeah, oh, also, you do have to start your fires outside, obviously, to be in direct sun. That is a downside of a mag lens. Oh, I still need a cooking pot, which is guaranteed spawn there, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I want a base in here. Just to mix it up from last time. Maybe I'll base at the Quonset Garage and Coastal Highway. That's another common base spot. I'm only gonna be using the main common base spots, or maybe even Pleasant Valley. That's a good one. I don't know where. I don't think it matters too Aviator
take it.
cap. I didn't even know those could spawn on Interloper. That's actually a massive find. Like that's like top tier now. I actually kind of can't believe that. That's just scan. You really have to scan thoroughly. They like to hide stuff all the time. I always make sure. At the end of the day, I'm warming up inside anyway, so it just gives me a chance to warm up as well, which is always good. That's a
This
huge
stuff will
buff.
come in handy.
Being able to start fires is arguably the most important skill. You don't want to waste matches. Wasting matches on Interloper is genuinely one of the most awful feelings, I think, in the entire game. Especially when you're on a bad streak and you miss like 2 or 3 procs in a row. That's just like a quarter of an entire matchbox gone. Start one fire. Level of fire. Important. And to survive the outdoors give you fire starting skill without you actually having to risk losing a couple matches to start in a fire. Is nice. I actually will carry a spray paint can. Normally I don't. I don't mark shit. But there's gonna be, what's it called? I mean, I'm only at 33 pounds and I'm basically hoarding right now. So this is really the amount of loot you're gonna get, realistically. I don't know if I want to go for the lockbox. Not the is it the memento? Is that what they're called? Mementos? I don't know if I want to go for that. But I'm gonna end up looting the dam entirely anyways. So I may as well grab it while I am at the, like, they are called mementos. Can't really say this is the best looting trip, but or the best loot. Well, they get the aviator cap. I think I'm just used to Stalker settings. You'd be loaded right now in Stalker. Interloper and Misery. I'd say even from Interloper to Misery is a huge jump, but the biggest jump in difficulty in the game is definitely from Stalker to Interloper. Those are two very different. We do have a mag lens. I'm not too worried about water now. It was in decent condition. I don't even know if mag lenses lose durability. I'm not entirely sure, but this one's at 58%, so I would honestly be more worried right now about the weather being clear on enough days to start a fire, more so than the mag lens breaking if it actually does lose durability. I don't see why a mag lens would lose durability in real life, but
Goddamn, freezing.
you know, it has a durability, so I imagine I wouldn't be too surprised if it lost durability upon use. Trying to think about what I want my path to be after this. There's still a bunch of other stuff on the other side of the map that I haven't gotten yet, but I do want to go ahead and grab the memento and loot all these fishing huts and fishing cabins on the side of the lake. They're always good to grab. I might sleep at one of them. I probably will. I'm not going to come back to camp office. Why would I do that? I haven't even decided if I want it to be my base spot yet.
This will come in handy.
That's very useful, actually. I'm not gonna say flares aren't useful, but they can start fires. Always useful. They're guaranteed, essentially. You can try to make a fire as many times as you want, as long as the flare is lit. So. Essentially a guaranteed fire start.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
That's good. That'll help prevent frostbite on my hands. Frostbite is a permanent 10% HP decrease for your entire run, for each instance of it. So, I mean, some people play with it, but honestly, most of the time when I get frostbite at the beginning of a run, if I'm lost or something, I just call the run. Like, run's over for me. Restart and try again. There's not usually too much loot that spawns on these cabins, even on the lower difficulties, so I imagine they're going to be practically barren on Interloper. There's a hatchet spawn behind one of these cabins every once in a while, but obviously that's not going to happen on Interloper. So I don't actually know what... That piece of wood always spawns there usually. Notice that on almost every... Even just like a soda or a single... Yeah, like that. That's already more than I was expecting out of here, honestly. A single clothes item would be nice too. I do kind of want to take... I usually don't search trash cans, to be honest. I don't think I've ever gotten anything useful out of one. Yeah, even just 2 food items like that, like that's way more than I was expecting. I was expecting maybe that much out of all the cabins I looted along the lake here. Even just one piece of clothing, it could be huge, you know what I mean? Warming up a little bit faster indoors would never hurt. Yeah, this is about what I was expecting. Absolutely nothing worth using. Other than the bed, obviously. I needed to rest. Alright. Let's head over to the next set. I'm just gonna sprint. It's almost nighttime anyways. I'm not carrying enough weight to be bogged down when I start getting tired. Once you, for clarity, once you get under half fatigue, which is basically like how tired you are,
Cold.
it's the second icon on the bottom left there, starting from the left, right next to the temperature icon. Your carrying capacity begins to dwindle until eventually you're only at half of what you could usually carry when you're completely exhausted. So 33 pounds instead of 66. But we're already at like 39, so we have to be completely exhausted. Or we're only at like 39 rather, not already. So we'd have to be completely exhausted to not be able to move around. Even when you're slightly over encumbered, it's not a, it's just a slight movement speed penalty per kilogram, which I don't know how many pounds per kilogram. I think it's like 2.2. Yeah, it is 2.2. Not really locked in what I'm doing. It does not. I'm trying to think of a good stopping. The memento cache in this region is in the bottom of the bottom of the hydro dam, and it's usually just 3 MREs on Stalker, so I imagine on Interloper it would be the same, just 1 or 2 ahead of Ascension. Okay. What is that? Oh. Yeah, this is what I mean. Not really finding much on Interloper. I don't actually remember exactly. The memento key is at the single cabin that's on the other side of that rock, I'm pretty sure.
I'm too cold to think.
Maybe we'll just get to there and call it a stopping point. I want to loot those fishing huts as well, but I'm starting to lose a lot of condition, and those wolves are patrolling, so
I
I
would
could
drink
just get
almost anything
murked
about now.
if I'm unlucky. Not really worth risking it. I do have soda, so I don't need to start a fire. I guess I can do. I have thirst. So yeah, I can just drink sodas, right, and call it a day. Oh no. I thought this is usually where the memento comes, huh? Normally I just go and Google where it is, but I've specifically decided not to do any Googling or use any maps for this run to make it feel more authentic.
I could eat a horse.
I mean, I've never really been against doing stuff like that, but this is mainly just like a test, you know what I mean, to see if how much knowledge I actually have. Maybe I'll stumble upon it later, or maybe it can spawn in one of the fishing huts out there. I feel like that's pretty likely. If it's not in. Ooh, double scanning everything right now. I did not have a can opener, I realized, so I'm pretty limited. But do I want to? It's above 20%. Once stuff goes under 20% condition, that's when it starts to really. I really can't afford. It's only a few. I'm doing it. Well, all right. Trying to make myself thirsty. I believe you can sleep 10 hours after completely refilling your thirst on Interloper, and then after 10 hours, you you completely dehydrate yourself again. Actually, there is a slight problem. I do not have enough water. Or I have enough water to sleep through, but I am not tired enough. I'm gonna quickly search this hut.
Damn, I'm freezing.
Even just finding one extra soda could be pretty huge. I do not like how much damage I'm taking though. I think that's a snare.
My tongue feels like sandpaper.
Ever complain about a sewing kit? Nope, it's wood. I have noticed that you actually get tired slower on Interloper than you do on the lower difficulty game modes. I assume that's to prevent you from just wearing yourself out all the time and immediately going to heal by resting. It's essentially to limit the amount you can sleep, which essentially limits your recovery potential. I'd say I'm in a pretty bad spot right now, realistically. Being able to start a fire tomorrow would be very good. If that wolf gets into a struggle with me, I think the run is just over. If I get into a struggle with that wolf, rather. Better way to put it. How close? Actually, I think he just gave up as I walked in the hut. Yeah, here he comes. I see him. He's still a pretty safe distance away. Let's go intimidate it, and the hut's over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and head in. I don't, I don't really know what the plan's gonna be, but I guess I'll just heal up as much. I don't even think I can sleep 10 hours, so I'm not too worried about. I should have held off because those on the food, because those sodas gave me like 800 calories. But oh wow, we actually held up a decent bit. I am pretty. It does sound like there's a blizzard going on. There's a little trick you can do. If you're in survival mode, you can use the customization feature. And it highlights all the objects in the room. You could use it to navigate in the pitch black darkness. Need in complete darkness. You know the way out of the room. Right now, I'm just looking for. Also, it saves every time you exit, so you can essentially save whenever you want in a building. Oh yeah, I can use the hammer to break down objects. I forgot about that. If I really need firewood. Quite handy. I don't think you can do it on. You can only do it on furniture in buildings. Can't do it on branches. Sorry, I was just looking. I don't know what I want to do. I could. Yeah, I think I'm gonna read. It's too dark inside right now. Maybe if I just step out, read an hour. Oh no, that's way too cold. All right. Well, that was worth a try. Yeah. Well, no clothes and going on an interloper. It is cold. I did just kill some of my time. I could have out there doing other things. I hate passing time without actually doing it. But I mean, it's dark. What am I gonna do? You know what I mean? I am dying of thirst again, fortunately. So that means it's time to move. I'm actually considering starting a fire. I think I am. I'm gonna start a fire in. I'll do it in camp office. I'm just gonna make a shit ton of water while I can.
Make a fire. Thick, hot fire. Yeah.
You actually walk slightly faster if you walk diagonally, which can be improved further by playing on a controller because you have joysticks. You have omnidirectional movement, which means you can move at any angle essentially. The best angle I think in the video I watched was 40 degrees, which increased your movement speed by about 20%. On mouse and
Gotta warm up
keyboard,
somehow.
since you can only use WASD, you can only get a 45-degree angle, which is like a 4% increase. Kind of crazy, just how much you can get by the angle you walk at.
I need to find something to drink.
I don't know if this applies to sprinting. I don't think it. But I need to hurry up and get inside. I kind of want to grab a rabbit.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
I really want to grab a rabbit. There's usually a rabbit that spawns over here. We saw him on the way in. I don't know if he's still here or not. Hopefully he is. Yeah, there he is. Don't walk into the grass, man. Got him. When you stand up and crouch and spam it like that, the game doesn't actually all the entities and animals and stuff don't actually recognize that you're uncrouched because it takes a moment to change your stance, like in the AI. So if you just do that, it essentially counts as you crouching the whole time. You can get a little bit extra speed. Wow, it's still dark in here. We're gonna grab this because lots is better than one. Would have guessed. No, we're gonna put it on the right side. I prefer the left side. Or for my cooking pot. I don't know why. Don't ask. Actually not looking too great on firewood, to be honest. I might smash a couple of things before I start. Break this chair, and then we'll get started. We can use this time to repair clothes as well. But little we have of clothes. Mainly just... yeah. Alright, time to get... I'll use a regular flare since I have two. I want even more wood. Yeah, I kind of do actually. Because I can just... even if it's too heavy, I can just stockpile a bunch of water in here. Oh, I missed that. Not that bandages are particularly valuable. Take off. But, I mean, I don't have any currently. So it's a time save. I think this is faster. We'll just... do I want well fed? Yeah, I kind of do. That was a bit of a blunder. I reset the save back a bit. Call it cheese if you want, but I mean, it didn't essentially do anything for me. It just allows me time to eat something. Or starving. I didn't pay attention. It would be really huge if I could like bait a wolf taking a deer down and harvest from there. Like just sort of steal it. But I don't know. I feel like that's really worth going for right now, even though I'm about to start probably the only fire started in here for a long time. Alright, that should be enough. So. Alright. Honestly, I'd advise saving your cattail stalks. I'd eat all the other food first because cattail stalks will never expire in terms of... Actually, let me see if I can start a fire outside. It sounds like it's not clear, but maybe it is. Oh yeah, it's a clear day. Awesome. This is normally the corner I like to start my fire in. It offers some... You'd have to be pretty unlucky for the wind to blow this one. That's actually very lucky, being able to do this. Not having to waste a flare. You should always keep a couple of books on you. Just because they have such a higher chance to actually start a fire. As opposed to anything else. Oh shoot, I didn't bring my stuff. Oopsies. I wasn't actually expecting it clear outside. Now that we've got it started, we don't even really need to worry about whether it is or not. Actually, do have a can on me. I'd get rid of it. Valuable. You can make noisemakers out of them. Let me see if the Maglins took damage here. Yeah. Did not lose durability. I am going to repair my mittens. Oh man, 70. I'm not used to being mending level 1. There we go. Should I go ahead and do the windbreaker too? Do I have time? 22 minutes? Yeah, I do. Alright. Oh, well that sucks. When you fail a repair, you lose the materials for it. Oh, I should be flaying that rabbit. I'm gonna be here a while. The character line just reminded me. Go for just right now. Barehanded harvest, what's it called? Causes you to lose some of it, which sucks, but I mean, you know, what are you to do about that this early in the game? Better than nothing. Nice. Successfully repair that.
I need to find food.
That'll be 26 minutes. Ooh, reading this book would also be a great do right now. Excuse me. Not right now though, that rabbit too close to. Do I want to do? Oh, I can prepare a birch bark. Yes. Make some birch bark tea. There's always. Do I need this? I have at least an hour. I can go ahead and read this book for an hour. Water. $31 billboard. I want to read another page in the book. Okay. Go for that rabbit hide.
Oh, I'm starving.
$15. Gonna read another hour now. I can probably read another hour. Sitting around like this is kind of detrimental though, in terms of food. You're essentially burning through. I think I am just going to... I think I'll use the rest of the reclaimed wood I have, and then we'll call it a day after all of it burns out. We're gonna end with about 3 gallons of water. The water.
All I can think about is food.
And honestly, with how much... I think I will camp, or base at camp office. Oh, I'm gonna get to finish the book. Nice.
Anything right now.
They give me a decent start in first. I need a stick. Like a single stick. Sure, this works. Really freezing. Pretty warm out, actually. I might not have needed that, because sure fires last long outdoors anyway. Ooh, maybe I should level fire starting to... That might not be a horrible idea. I do that. I don't actually know the optimal way to. I don't think I should make a bunch of. Like, I don't want to have a bunch of random. I guess I could just destroy them, huh?
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Let's do them over here.
I've never been so hungry in my life. Come on, little fire.
Should have grabbed all the books out of the cabin. The post office. That's the word.
Perfect. Come on, little fire. Come on, little fire. Come on.
Come
That
on.
didn't work.
80% chance? He's unluckier than me, man, when it comes to starting fires in this game, I swear. Yeah, see,
Okay, that didn't work.
this is just why I'm so desperate to get this leveled up early. This always happens to me, every single time.
Come on, little fire.
Thank you. Jesus. We gotta start it with sticks now. Just doubles the chance that I failed. And, I mean, I failed an 80% chance, like 3 times in a row, so.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to roll.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Come on, little fire.
No!
That didn't work.
You're gonna fail. Just fail in like the first third or half at least. That's a good one. Yep.
Come on, little fire.
Oh, nice. Maybe we can get one more.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. I can't.
Come on.
Come on, little fire.
Come on
Come
before the
little fire.
winds.
Come on.
Nice. Alright,
Perfect.
so can you actually destroy these? Yeah, you can. Oh, it takes a while
Do
though.
I get back home? Warm up soon.
Or it does take time. Me. It didn't give me anything. Alright, let's go inside.
I need to find food.
Can't leave anything here today. But I don't want the can.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I still have like half the night. It's pretty good. Got 4 gallons of water. A lot. We didn't even have to use a flare for it. Always free. What's the, what is the, I don't know what the plan. Let me think a minute. Would not waste in-game time. There's always looting the dam. I don't like looting the dam. It takes forever. But, I mean, I think it's pretty necessary. There's always the small lake, unnamed pond, the other lake over there, Present Lake, that I could go towards. I don't know what I'd find over there that's useful. I need a hacksaw. Hacksaw can let me get a maple sapling, which could help me get a bow, which would be awesome. And go grab coal out of the cave and transport it to the forge for Larn Muskeg. That'd be good to do now while I'm still light. I could use, and I can grab extra cattails while I'm over there for food. That might be my plan right now. Go grab some coal out of that cave. I don't have a light though. Storm lantern. I can make a torch if it's a clear day out. Let's. Drop some of this water off. Damn. Actually, I'm gonna keep a lot of water on me because obviously I can't make water wherever I go, so I don't want to run out. I have to come all the way back here just for some water. I will keep about half of it on me and afford. Leave this rabbit card out. That's. Just get the guts out of it. Ah, I forgot to put it. I forgot to drop the pelt off. It's whatever.
Can you eat trees? 'Cause I'm gonna eat a tree.
To do anything if I get more anyway, so not really a time. No waste of time. Oh, let's leave the skillet up. It's permanent home. Now what? Oh, leave the flour up here too. And salt. I don't know if putting the potato outside actually. I'm gonna assume it. Does not sound like it's a clear day. Partially cloudy, I think. Maybe? Oh no. Wow. I better hurry then. Alright. Just drop my potato. What does it take to make an improvised hatchet? Obviously scrap, but it's a bunch of scrap and cloth. Okay. That's manageable. I don't like sprinting around like this. You know, I'd prefer to save my energy, especially when I'm gonna be tired or when I'm gonna need it for carrying all this coal. But I don't think it actually that much spawns in this cave. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to get. It kills me to leave these saplings here, but I mean, I literally don't have anything that I could get them with.
God, I could eat a horse.
I do need food. Prefer not to smash open one of this. I might get a wolf to murk one of the deers up here.
My fingers feel numb.
I think one of actually I think it's pronounced here. This deer is plural. I didn't grab the feathers around this guy. Crow feathers are very important for making arrows. Actually, are there any? I think there are.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
Shit. That's actually really bad. Now the fire is gonna have to wait. Or I'd have to waste an accelerant. I have an idea actually. Just gonna go run to trappers and then come back out, but I mean we're right here. I'll just go in the cave and come back out. Actually, I think he just lost interest anyway. Alright.
Come on, little fire.
Please don't fail. Thank you.
Perfect. God, I'd eat anything right about now.
I don't want to waste time from my actively lit torches, so I'm just gonna eat all these now. I don't think I'm gonna have to use all the torches. Ah, that just put out my fire, didn't it? Yeah, alright. Oh, we can still light one. Let's not mess up too badly. Alright, here we go. I like the soundtrack in this game. Does no coal at all spawn in here, actually? Oh my god, that would be so bad. It doesn't seem like it. Maybe some. Even just a couple of pieces would be nice. Yeah, okay, good. Oh, perfect. Revolvers don't spawn, by the way. That's funny. On Interloper. Actually, I just need this torch to last me until I get to the end. I don't think I can daisy chain the torches all the way to the forge in Forlorn Muskeg, so I'm not even gonna try. And I can navigate this entire cave back in the dark, so this torch just needs to last me until I can grab all the coal. Or these torches, rather. There's one here. I like the soundtrack in this cave. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Yeah, that'll be it. Alright. I don't know why I threw that away. I could have just kept it until I made it through the cave. Probably actually easier for y'all to see than it is for me to see in this cave, because of how YouTube compresses its videos and brightens them up. And there's a pretty bad glare on my monitor. I can just barely make out if I'm moving or not. They're actually adding a lighting update in later May planned. So after that update, I actually doubt you'll be able to see it all in interiors like this. They're supposed to be pitch black like that. I think this is the right way. I don't know, I'm going the, yeah, there it is. I'm going the only direction I could see, so. This is a pretty linear cave as well, which helps. I didn't even finish eating my cattails like I said I was going to. Oh yeah, that's because the wind started putting out my fire, that's right. How many did I get? I got 12, that's plenty.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Because there's gonna be some there as well. I am rather tired from running though, which might be a problem. I I don't know where the bunker is in Muskeg. That's the only interior location, so that might be a problem. Because I'm not gonna be able to sleep outdoors anywhere in the region. Might have to start another fire. I gotta go.
It's a goddamn freezing.
Sucks. If I just had the scrap metal I needed, I could just go ahead and start the forge. It would be worth it just to make my tools, and then I could also use that to sleep for the night without freezing. Oh yeah, I don't have a bedroll. I always forget that.
I could eat a horse.
I don't actually know when I'm gonna call it wraps. I might after. I think making the first set of improvised tools, we'll call it there for this video. I don't know if I'm gonna continue this series. Because like I said, it was just experimental. Just to see how long I could yap on for to myself. Always a headwind. You're always walking into a headwind in this game. I think if I do make it there and start a fire, I'm just gonna try and keep it alive until I can sleep tonight at least. Without using any coal, of course. More about the duration of the fire, not about the temperature, obviously, if I'm not required to use the forge stuff. The max any wood will burn to is 144 degrees Fahrenheit, and to do any crafting at the forge, you have to have the temperatures at 280 or above, which you can only get there with coal, so that's why it's useful. It's always more effective to start the fire, get it to that max 144 with the wood, and then use the coal afterwards to get it the rest of the way. But that's obviously pretty difficult to do if you do not have a hatchet, because you're only going to be using reclaimed wood and wood you've managed to find and bring to the forge with you specifically. It's still a clear day out, I think. Hopefully it's not partially cloudy. Yeah, perfect. She need to get to the forge. And I'll drop the hammer off there as well. I'm trying to head in a direct sort of beeline path, so that way I don't have to fight the headwind as much. But with the ice and stuff, that might be a problem. I still haven't decided if I want to go for well-fed. I mean, there's plenty of cattails and Muskeg stuff. I just grab a bunch, I can feed myself probably entirely for the day of tomorrow. My main concern is getting hypothermia. It would really, really suck. Which is why I can't afford to really grab all of the cattails I come by, but I am gonna at least try and get about 30 or so. I think there's some on the left there, but I'm not gonna be able to grab them. I think this is a deer carcass, if I'm not mistaken, that spawns here, which is nice. You know, if I was gonna harvest it, it'd be nice as well, but I can't do that. At least there should be some crow feathers though. Oh no, it's actually a person. Andy is a person.
I think I can use this.
I'll take it actually, since it's end perfect. Yeah, only one crow feather, fortunately. I don't actually know how the spawning works with those things. I'm gonna keep heading across the ice here. So that way I can potentially get more cattails. Falling in the ice is a no-go, by the way. You lose like 10% condition and you get instant hypothermia, which is obviously no good. That's a run killer a lot of the time.
Anything right now.
My condition actually is getting pretty low. Like, uncomfortably low. Good both. Lantern field, that's huge as well. Oh my god, there's so many cattails. I can't get so. I'm actually overweight. Might have to drop some of the cattail heads. Oh, I'm also just tired. I kind of forgot about that part. Alright, we're gonna grab these 3 and call it a day. For the cattails. Yep, exactly 30. That was the goal I set out. Yep. I would prefer to stop sprinting to save the rest of my fatigue if I can, but I don't know. Kind of pushing my luck right now. The run could very well end right here. They did add a cheat death mechanic a couple years ago, where now you can like go back into the world up to 3 times. I don't like doing that though. I usually end my runs when I die. Play them as permadeath. That was how the game was intended. But that's how I'm not gonna say that's how the game was intended, but that's how I intend to play the game, and that's how it was for many years before that was introduced. So that's just how I prefer to do it. We still have a decent ways to go, unfortunately. I'm burning more calories by being over encumbered because I am tired. So I'm just compounding bad stuff. Also, I don't know what it is with this version of the game, or if it's just this version of the game specifically, or it's because I'm playing on controller on PC. For some reason, when you get under 10% condition, normally you start stumbling around, which is intended game mechanic, but for some reason it's way overdone every time I've experienced it, and it like flings me around the world, like flings me way too much. Like I'll be on the interior of a building and I'll get flung all the way to the opposite side of the building. So being low on condition is basically just a death sentence, being that low. There's lichen right there. I would love to grab that, but I don't think I can afford to.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I know. We're here though. It is still a clear day out. I think being in the building counts as direct sunlight. If it doesn't, I'll start the fire right outside the building. Yeah, here's some coal.
I've never been so hungry in my life.
Awesome. Alright. So we're gonna start the forge. That's huge fun. I'm gonna go ahead and drop all the coal. There should be some firewood in here. Yep. Trail
I'll
boots.
take it.
That's huge. Gotta hurry, gotta hurry. Wood. Oh, I actually am warming up here. Never mind. That's so huge. Yeah, it's 22 degrees though. I don't know if I trust that. I'm gonna start the fire if I do decide to sleep in here. I'm gonna drop my books for now. Hopefully I don't forget about them. Honestly, the only one I really care about is the archery book and the book. I don't care about the revolver handbook. Since you obviously can't have a revolver in this. But,
Maybe
it's cool.
trees. Isn't gonna...
Oh, I need to go down here and look behind this box. There be some dog food. Yes. That always spawns there. And then this box, I don't know if it's a guaranteed spawn, but yeah. Box.
Oh,
This is
so
locked. Oh no,
cold.
it's not. Good. The what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the crate up there normally has. Or, I'm not gonna say normally, but last time I looted it, it had accelerant, or broke it down rather. And I needed firewood anyway, so yeah. I don't have a can opener, so I can't really can food. So losing some stuff out of them, which kind of sucks. I did not check the condition of that granola bar. Oh, I can break these with the hammer. It's nice. I'm gonna go ahead and place the hammer on this toolbox. This is going to be my... I'm really deciding if I want to start a fire or not. Because you generally want to... I could just sleep a few hours, wake up, check if I'm freezing, sleep again, and repeat that, but you don't heal condition, dude. You have to get into the late hours of the night, or you have to sleep, like, only into the later hours of your sleep, like multiple, like 6, 7, 8 hours in is where you really recover the most condition. So I don't necessarily. I want to heal up, obviously. Like I'm really low on condition right now. Oh, that only counted as one. Oh, you got a bunch of
I
stuff
can't
from it
feel
though.
my hands.
All right. Well, I'm done with the hammer. I don't think there's anything in this crate. I don't remember there being anything.
Too tired to think straight.
P42. Do I trust that? I'm gonna trust it. If the run ends, the run ends, you know? Well, it's just reclaimed wood. Oh, I can't even start the fire anymore, can I? I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's not even daylight. Oh, what am I doing? That's really bad. Alright. Here's what we'll do.
Sure getting cold.
I'm gonna come up here. I'll sleep 3 hours. And then if that's good, I'll sleep the rest of the 9. You only sleep 10 hours anyway. So I'll do 2 actually. I'll sleep 2 hours. We'll see how cold it is. It's dropping to unsleepable temperatures. And I'll start the fire if I have to with the fire.
Feels like night is coming.
Realistically, I have I have 8 degrees of wiggle room. I should have been repairing this thing, honestly. I don't have any cloth. What am I doing? I'm not prepared properly. Alright. I'm gonna go for it. Hey, it'll be a good stopping point if I die. Alright, an hour. Seems like we're okay. Oh, no, it got really cold. That definitely happened way late into the night, though. 'Cause I did recover a decent bit of condition. Was that worth not us starting a fire, though?
Too cold to think.
Yeah, because I might... Is there a way I can get cloth in here? No. I need to warm up. I mean, should I just shower? Should I? What am I gonna do? Water is always... Let's do it.
Come on, little fire. Oh,
Alright.
lucky day.
This flare is now useless. Reclaimed wood always, isn't always, it's generally the worst at everything, but
Oh, I'm starving.
the most common types. It's what we're stuck. Oh, start water. I almost forgot. I did forget. I could have done it while I was breaking that crate down. Make sure to stay somewhat close.
Can you eat trees? Because I'm gonna.
I'm already adequately warmed up. I don't. Oh my god. I've just done it. I think I'm gonna commit to myself. Alright. So let's not do that again. Alright. Watch, now we're not gonna get a first
One
try.
little fire.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Come on, little fire.
There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing. Make some water. Make this crate. Make another crate. You know how it. Warm up a little bit. Cooled. I'll just go until we break all these crates, and I'll leave. Oh, that water just boiled. Completely, didn't it? So disappointing. I thought it was being an hour. The rest was a big crate. Hour and a half. Not really here to make water. What can I do for
Back of
another
your
hour
horse.
while that boils? I could read. Am I forgetting something? I feel like I'm not. I don't have anything to properly harvest these with. He'll be here waiting. I'm just here for the feathers. They seem to spawn less feathers. And they're gone. Okay. We'll go here, head to the back, and then I'm not gonna bring that coal back. Remember, it's there. If I ever need it. Nothing. Cattails, any cattails? How light am I? Pretty light. I'd be sprinting light. I don't know about that. It's actually pretty warm out. I'm not gonna sprint. I'm also gonna stop taking these cattail heads. Leave them on the ground like I usually do. I had like 40 of them when I started that fire earlier. I'm gonna run out of matches before I run out of at this point. Well, not matches. I don't have any matches. Run out of ways to start a fire. They get pretty heavy. Yeah, they're 4 pounds. Oh, there we go. Speaking of carrying. Two feathers. Big. There's some scrap. More firewood. There's a wire on that barrel. I still don't know what the wires in the replacement fuses are for, to be honest. And I know they can go in those towers, but why? Why would I do that? Maybe it's a trader quest.
I could eat a horse. Let's see a lot, because I love horses.
For cat too. There's some over there. I think. Now I could split and go to Broken Railroad, or I could just go back to Lake. I don't see what I would need to drop off, so I might just go to Broken Railroad, to be honest. Just forage over there. I could hopefully get some scrap, maybe a hacksaw. Go to the hunting lodge. Get the cooking recipe that's up there for Bayer House pie. Not that I'm going to be cooking level 5 anytime soon. I'm not even cooking level 5 on my Stalker run where I have 60 days. I'm 60 days in. And there's a heavy. A lot of cattails. That's honestly just my main goal right now. Like cattails. It is getting colder though. Fortunately. The wind chill. I just dropped both of those. There you go. I'm gonna start heading towards Broken Railroad, which is where the headwind is. Because why wouldn't it be? Or cattails. You'd be surprised at how long you could just go off of cattails for. In terms of, they even give you vitamin. No. What is it? I can't even remember. Actually, kind of surprised these are in groups of 5. Normally, it's only 2 or 3. I usually see. Ooh, I should when I get back to Mystery Lake, I should pull some ptarmigans
Did I
for
say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
the improvised town cutting across the ice. I have a lot of cattails, and I'm starting to eat. I don't think there's gonna be any more cattails after I leave Forlorn Muskeg, except for in this small little lake. Oh, well, no, there's 2 lakes in Broken Railroad. There's the small one that you have to cross to get on the other side of the tracks. And then there's the one by the hunting lodge as well that you cross to get into the hunting lodge. So there'll at least be
So
that, along
cold.
with the other food I
I
find
just
there.
want to lay down for a bit.
I don't really want to sprint, but either sprint or freeze for a lot longer.
I need to find food.
I have plenty of. It's not a clear day, so I'm not going to be able to start a fire, but that is fine because Broken Railroad has 2 interiors that could get in. Plus some cars. I don't think it's going to be warm enough to heat up in the cars, though. Okay, this is the last set of cattails I'm grabbing. I really need to start going, because the first interior on Broken Railroad is all the way on the other side of the map from where I'm entering. What's it called? Broken Railroad's not a huge region or anything, but I mean, if there's another headwind in that region, I'm traveling at this pace. Might not. I got a little greedy with cattails. Not to mention that I'll have to be sprinting most of the. So.
You eat trees? Because I'm gonna eat a tree.
Generally, once you've established a foothold in your playthrough, you don't have to take as many risks initially as you did initially earlier in the run, obviously. There's more options available to you. I didn't even have to come to Broken Railroad. I could have gone back to Mystery Lake. But, I mean, there's only so much food available early on before you get the bow. You've gotta spend that food wisely. But a lot of players starve themselves early on and only eat. They need to sleep to recover condition. They just take the hit. which it probably is better than doing with the well-fledged strat, but I like being able to afford early game. Plus there's plenty of cattails. You have the time to grab them. I did not take the right path. I'm gonna have to mount and go down. Whatever. I'm still grabbing cattails for some reason. I can't help myself. It really is a problem, guys. We're just so tempted. Plus, realistically, I'm probably never gonna grab these. When am I ever gonna come on this side of the river again? Like, I'll go all the way down here. Oh. Right, I'm at a dead even with you. Oh, I'm actually warming up. Is that warm? Huh. And my hypothermia is.
Can you eat trees? Because I'm gonna.
Oh no, I think I've just gone the wrong way. It's a huge time loss. I was not paying attention. Shoot. Yeah, I went right past the tree I was supposed to go up. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. I can start another fire if I need. There. That should make it to where my hypothermia is. Chill for a couple seconds. Get my stamina back. You're running. That might be my strategy.
If I don't warm up soon.
I don't think waiting extended periods is a good time because it's only going to get colder throughout the day. I think it's actually warmest during the late eve, which is what time it is. Plus, you'd have to keep moving. Anyways, if you're outdoors, there's never really a good time to sit still unless you have a fire going. I should make it though. Oh, I won't say in a somewhat. Oh my god. That's death right there. We really gotta be careful around here. If any one of those hits me, it's over. Unless I get a really lucky bonk with the hammer and instantly scare it off. Then when you're under 10% condition, it'll go, your little bar will go red. You will absolutely die then. You instantly die. If you're under 10% condition at struggle. That's true for any animal. Shit. That's really, like, really, really bad.
I could eat anything right now.
Don't charge me, please. Please don't charge me, bro. I'm just gonna slip around here. Don't mind me. Okay. There's another wolf right up there by the entrance. There should be a hole in the fence on the... I don't know if I'm gonna just sprint straight towards in the building. I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, I'll go around the right side. Oh, the hole in the fence is on the right, not the left. One on the left. Run. We're in. He won't come in here. Nice. Two. Oh yeah, we do need coffee. Honestly, searching these drawers are probably gonna give me nothing, but if I am gonna find something, coffee would be a radio. Radio. Let's not starve. It's like the well fed. I would not read that. Because my last save was like... When was my last save? It was all the way back in. Now we save. There should be a stem in here somewhere. I don't... Oh, that's huge. Right bar. There should be a stem in here somewhere. I don't remember exact. I'll find it. Search everywhere. Stems are so valuable. Especially on Interlope. There's so few of them ever spawn. But I'll wear this for now to make sure I'm eating up. Or better. I'm gonna need that for trading later. It's for the oh, huge.
Thank you.
Yeah, real. Thank you. Car batteries trading for the stew he offers. I forgot what it's called. Like Taylor's stew or Survivor's stew something.
I'm starving.
Honestly, instead of going up to the hunting lodge with the rest of the day, I might just prepare my clothes. If there's cloth in here. I don't even know. Ooh. No hammer in here. Honestly, kind of to be expected. Sometimes it spawns on the word. Yeah, we didn't activate. Okay though. I was thinking. I obviously already have one. Bless me. Sorry about that. Or excuse me. I apologize. I think the stem is in one of these crates. I'm not 100%. I might have to break them down. Either that or it's in the toolbox right here. No. We can get water. Oh. Useless book. I'll keep it. It's just a souvenir. Right here it is. Put food in here. Coffee or anything in the microwave, actually. Gosh. Absolutely. Perfect. Can opener would be huge. I really need it.
This'll come in
Out
handy.
of anything in here, clothes or a can opener. I want. Have some glass. Herbal tea would be huge in these early days. Oh, would match.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
That's huge. I wasn't even asking about that. Probably the most valuable thing we by far. Sure, I'm not.
I need to find food.
What's the? Should I go search for that stem? I think I'm gonna try and repair my clothes first. I don't. If there's any problem. I think all the cloth is up at the hunting lodge. Oh, preferably now, but whatever. Yeah, I don't think there's. Oh, I haven't searched them. Maybe the stems. Them. Would be much. Okay. Oh, cloth. Pay attention. It'll be a chill day. Grab some more. The stem up here. I think I've seen it in one of these. I've just starved myself. What am I doing? I'm actually gonna. So mad. Gotta every. Oh. I'm just not used to starving that fast. Dang it. Oh, I'm actually. At least I can speak faster now. Knowing I probably won't cross over. I think there are boots in this bunker. I know there's nothing in the desk, but I have to see that way. Good. This.
God, I'm starving.
We're done here. There is. I searched this. Definitely didn't. Backsaw. A little heavy. I don't think there's any. I did not.
I think I can use this.
Another plaid shirt. Oh. Oh, I did not grab the parka from inside the... Wait, is there anything over here? Oh. Maybe the stem's in the box in the back of this truck. I think we're essentially done. What else have I not looted? Wait, what? Oh, the toolbox.
I'll take it.
Okay. Shit.
I would do anything for a drink right now.
I know I said I wasn't gonna Google anything, but I might cave in and Google the stems. Right. Yeah, on Interloper. I'll say all. It's not in the crates after the jerry can. I have a bunch of. You know what's not under that? I can't even see anything right now.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the. Oh no. Only guaranteed inside the in a wooden crate in the maintenance yard. That's the one I'm thinking about. Okay. I was right, it's in a if it is here.
God, I'd eat anything right about now.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm leaving the spray frame. I'll leave anything. Important locations. You can on me. Repair my clothes and I get. Oh, I'm almost apart. If I could just get that before using any, that would make him go last a lot longer. How much water do I have left? I don't know. I'm excited though. I'm gonna have good sleep. Really heal up. Nice. Yeah. Alright, I need to decide now. Am I going with the Windbreaker or going? I'll honestly go with the Windbreaker. Just because of how light it is. Oh, those take so long. Should I? The emergency stem's up here. I remember watching it. Be up here. Break down this last crate. No. That is pretty valuable though. I'm not 100% sure.
Wheat trees?
But I'm not gonna waste the rest of my time breaking it. I'll come back later. Really. That. Break every crate in here. All that stuff. Now, the decision is, do I go out and head to the hunting lodge now, or do I repair my clothes? I'm gonna repair my clothes now. So that way I can stay outside maybe a bit longer and grab more cattails when I get to the lake behind the maintenance. I think that's gonna be... Oh, let me go grab the water out of the door. How much was it? Nah, not much. I have a decent... 12 pounds is water weight, so I'm actually still... I even all these books. Alright, let's get started. Start with the two. I'm gonna try and go out when I hear no wind. Shh. How much leather do I have? That's free. I might just find better clothing items in the lodge anyways, to be honest. Let's just go ahead. Wait a minute. Am I warming up? No. I'm right on the edge. Be able to grab plenty of stuff. We're already pretty late in the day. I'm traveling light. I should just be able to like run around. pretty freely without worrying about my exhaustion. Oh, I thought that was a bear. It's a wolf. That's even worse, honestly. Trying. I can't. Distance. I was on stalker. I tried. It is why I find it probably more fun, honestly. Once you actually get a foothold, it's still challenging after the first like days of their game modes that are lower in not nearly good enough for yet. I might make it up to the hunting lodge, loot it, and then call it honest video. I don't know how long it's with my side wander off. I've just been kind of chilling. This is normally just how I play this game, although with a lot less talking. I'll probably keep posting updates as I continue to save. I might just have this be my main for now. I'll go until I die. Hopefully I'll be recording when I die. If I do. What was not paying attention. At least I can use a bear to scare off this wolf. He's kind of in the way. If I want to grab more cats, I have 50. I want to grab more. Well, I don't know why I'm asking. I always want to grab more cats, but is it really worth it at this point? Myself. And should grab a couple more. That I do not know. Honestly, I feel pretty confident if I get tackled by that wolf. Which is probably a bad mindset to be in. I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. See him. I see him back. Oh, I can't get that one. I can go. Oh, grab some more when I'm not really too worried about him charging because if he does, I'm pretty sure I can slam the gate in his face in time. Oh, can't care anymore. Oh, I should be grabbing rosehips. At least enough. I have so many. There's probably gonna be like 5 to 6 more cattails on the hunting lodge. That'll be it. I have a great number right now. Pretty happy. How many I made? I don't even know if there's anything that can spawn at the hunter's line down there. That was that little hut I was in. I'll call it a hut. Call it. Um, there's really not much up here. There's a couple rabbit spawns, a wolf spawn, and a deer spawn. So there's really everything you need in terms of hunting up here. There's a bunch of lichen, reishi mushroom, called reishi, for the antibiotic tea. This really is a great base spot, honestly. The only downside is it's in Broken Railroad, which is kind of a bad area for connecting to other regions. There's really nothing over. You have to go all the way back to like Forlorn Muskeg or Mr. Lake if you really want to get anywhere. Oh, I didn't see. One. Oh, actually, maybe. I thought a couple of cats though. I don't see. There's a rabbit. I always like to check the car windows just in case there's any. The car. I think I hear ptarmigans. And ptarmigans here. I didn't know that. Wow. But yeah, I always like to check on the seats of the cars. Normally, there's nothing useful in the glove box. Maybe a little snack. But if there's like a pry bar or something in the car, you'll be able to see it. Any cooking stuff, I'm just contact back to me with. Actually, I might. Depends on how heavy I really can't see. You're gonna miss a bunch of. Use her paint. I'm probably gonna take. Be rare. Skillet. Big six cooking slot stove up. Great spot for a base. This is probably where I'd make my re base. I'm not gonna worry about making that right now though. Cool. All of that. Have the resources. Not any. Apparently, there's a guaranteed emergency. I don't know where though. We're gonna have to. I'm done carrying firewood, or at least this is a pretty common spawn, I think. Sweater. I found it here a lot, but what was I saying? I can't remember. Just trying to see. But yeah, I think stems are so rare. I think I will actually know if I'm near one or not, because I'm never gonna find. There's only like one or two I know spots of. I don't even know if they're guaranteed or not on Interlock. I can't see it. Big thing of salt.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
That means the king recipe your house pie is upstairs. Since it was not in that, or not on top of that. I do know that. Ooh, more match. That's huge. Those aren't even. Yeah, the guaranteed match spawn is in the maintenance shed. Yeah, I did know about that. Sorry, that's one of the other match spawns I knew was. I just didn't remember it at the time. Not thinking back on it, I'm glad I'm glad I found them because I probably would have forgotten. Would never. Now I'm gonna grab that mounting rope. Place it. I have. I'm leaving. Still no emergency. Honestly, the recipe as for this, I
Well,
I
this
just
stuff will come
happened
in
to
handy.
find it in this. Alright, I'm gonna take. Um. I might have to. Huh. It does not mention on the wiki exactly where it is, so I am going to watch a video on it real quick on YouTube. So I will mute the desk. I guess I just mute the desktop audio. Cut that out of the. I am not Googling it very effectively. Oh, let me just Google it. Why did I even go to YouTube first off? Okay, so the AI answered it. Is there in a box in the bathroom? Searching. I can unmute the thing now. I just realized my voice has probably been clipping this entire time. I just realized my voice has probably been clipping this entire time, which is very annoying. So I don't know how usable the footage is gonna be. I'll have to look. afterwards. That's so disappointing, man. I knew I shouldn't have messed with the gate too much. Box in the back. Bathroom is up here. Right here. It looks like it's gonna be on the shelf underneath the wardrobe and one of the. Okay, so it's under the wardrobe.
Oh, I've never been so hungry in my life.
Oh, or it might not even be guaranteed on. I didn't think about that. It just might not be on Interloper. It looks like it's not. Damn, that sucks. And across from the bathroom doesn't even have a shelf for it. Yeah. Alright. Well, I hope most of the footage is still usable. I'm gonna call it there. I've pretty thoroughly looted this place, I think. Well, I haven't. Yeah, I looted up there. We'll see how much of this is actually usable. If I end up uploading this, then that means my mic wasn't cutting out too bad. I had the noise gate tuned a little too aggressively for how quiet I've been talking throughout the playthrough. So there's probably a good chance I'm just cutting out every sentence, which would really suck. If it is that bad, then you definitely won't see this uploaded. But yeah, I'll call it there for this little experiment.